We're going to do knife defense now. This is a third-degree requirement for November graduations each year. The knife defense has 6 lines of attack, unlike our other 9 lines of attack. Basically, we're not worried about knife attacks to the legs. That generally doesn't happen too much unless the person's fallen down. These are the most common lines of attack. Line number 1 is going to be just like our regular line number 1 to the neck. Line number 2 is to the other side of the neck. 3 and 4, just like our regular 9 lines of attack. There's 2 line number 5s. Line number 5 low is to groin level. Line number 5 high is to chest level. Line 6 is to the head, like a number 8 strike in our other systems. Again, the reason is because we're not really dealing with the knife attacks to the knees. That's not what we're normally having to face in a real confrontation. So again, line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, 5 low, 5 high, and 6. Those are the lines that you need to know first to be able to do the knife defense. There's really 7 different defenses, but all the defenses end up on one side. We'll show you how that works later. Line number 1, we're going to start out first of all with our hands in an open position. We're trying to get them to go for the closest attack to them. We'd rather than try to strike our hands rather than strike our body. So he does line number 1. I'm going to stop the motion. Notice how the wrist is away from the knife. We don't want to get cut here because we'll bleed to death. If we get cut back here, we'll get cut. It'll bleed a little bit, but it won't hit a major artery. So on line number 1, we stop and then pass the arm to the other side. That's the first part of the defense. Now we'll do line number 3. Line number 3, same beginning. Right foot is in back. We stop down low though, instead of high, and pass. Knife ends up on that side. Let's do line number 1 again. Line number 3. Good. All right. So line number 1 and 3, the odd lines, it's stop, pass. Line number 2 and 4 we're going to do next. Line number 2, it's going to be double stop. Okay? You've got to really aim for my neck here. Line number 2, double stop. We want one arm on one side of the elbow, one arm on the other side of the elbow. Line number 4 is going to be double stop, kind of like an X block. We want to make sure this gets there first, and then the other one traps it. Line number 5 low is going to be double pass. My hands, one drops, the other goes on top of it towards him and away from the knife. So I have to block the knife first, but then the next hand I choose to go further away from the knife. Again, so line 5 low, it's a double pass. Just like we do triple pass in pressure point control tactic, flow number 2, the outside flow, it's 1, and then the second one goes further away from the knife. See that again? 1, 2. 5 high, it's coming in chest level. So we do the same thing, but this hand drops underneath and passes again towards the knife. Show you that again. It's 1, other hand comes underneath, 2. Very important we get 2 shots. Number 6, I pass with the first hand, the second hand comes up underneath, and I pass. I'd like to move inside as well. So that covers all the lines. Let's review them really quickly. Line number 1, stop, pass. Line number 3, stop, pass. Line number 2, double stop. Line number 4, double stop. Line number 5 low is double pass. Line number 5 high, double pass. Line number 6 to my head, double pass. Let's do that again. Line number 6 to my head. Good. Each time you practice this, you want to set up again in this position. The reason it's this position is because I'm protecting the inside of my wrists. I'd like to strike pressure points on all of these. For example, on line number 1, we'd like to hit the medial nerve with the strike here. So it really stings them, it loosens up the grip on the knife. He does line number 1. I do double pass and I can push him. That would be enough of a defense for me to get out of there. So that's part of our knife defense too, is understanding that level. Line number 2, the same thing. Stop, push. Okay, line number, let's say 6 is double pass, push, and then I take off. So any of these defenses, the initial defenses is what these are, can be used for the knife defense. The next level though is, let's say he's going to come at me, I really don't have any place to run. Let's say that you didn't have an opportunity to escape, you pushed him, or you didn't get an opportunity to push him, and you have to disarm him, you have to take him down further. The next level, all of the knife defenses are going to end up on his left side. That's what I want. I want him to be in this position here, so that I'm on the outside of him, I'm not in as much danger, I've only got one thing to worry about. I don't have to worry about the other arm, I don't have to worry about other things. Once I get him on this side, I'm going to be grabbing the arm, elbowing down with the bony part of my elbow down on the front of his bicep here. Move your sleeve up. Right here on the bicep, right where you can see it start to move up. That's the radial nerve. It follows from the back of the arm here, where we usually do a radial nerve strike like this, to this position here. So I'm striking down to the radial nerve, and then I do a brachial stun. So let's say it's a line 1, stop, pass, radial stun, brachial stun. Then I've stunned him enough that I slide my hand back, grabbing the wrist here. Then I'm going to step back to this position, land my knee right by his elbow, and break the wrist out. Break, the knife comes out, and then he's probably done. I can take the knife and get out of here, or maybe I just stab him like that. We're going to do it a little bit faster in line 2. Yeah! All the knife defenses are the same from the position where he's on the outside. Once we do 1, 2, 3, let's do 3. I do a stop, pass. I'll be here, then I attack, the same as all the rest of them. That's why this is a pretty good system, because you're not learning a lot of different things. You're learning different defenses from the initial attack, but then when you're taking them out at the end and having to disarm them, it's all the same disarm.